Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of the Tiny Backyard Food Forest. In this episode we're going to go through the different fruiting bushes and shrubs we have here. And the first ones are over here. They go by many names. Fijoa, I've heard them called Fijoas, and pineapple guava is another common name for them, and this variety is Mammoth. And from what I understand, it'll get one of the largest pineapple guava fruits of any of the varieties. This one is a Nikita, also pineapple guava, and then this one is seedling pineapple guava, so we don't know what the quality of the fruit will be like. The plant is really nice though, pretty broad-leaf, deep green compared to like the Nikita. So even if it doesn't have great fruit, the bush is nice. Although making good fruit is kind of a requirement to be here in the food forest. But here underneath all of these nitrogen fixing beans is an evergreen huckleberry. And something like this to have in your garden in the Pacific Northwest is wonderful. Once it gets cold around here, everything drops its leaves, everything turns brown, and it's just sad. So having a couple of evergreen plants out in your yard is a big plus. So that's an evergreen huckleberry. There's the ground dog. This one is a Patriot blueberry, and this one I believe can grow 8 to 12 feet tall, which is huge, if you let it grow that tall, of course. And we won't, but it'll be interesting to see what it does over the coming years. This one is a glazed blueberry, and this is unlike any of the other blueberries that I've seen. The blueberries are tiny, they're jet black, and they just pop in your mouth. The flavor is pretty mild, like they don't have a real sweet flavor or real, tangy flavor. They're just mild, but they're good. They're different. I like them. So that's the glazed blueberry. This is the Sunshine Blue blueberry, and this one is said to be evergreen in our climate. And again, I'm here in the Pacific Northwest, zone 8B, I believe. We'll see. I'm skeptical about it, but we'll know for sure this winter if it's going to be evergreen or not. Here's a hot dog. Still pretty toasty here in the Pacific Northwest. It's 80 something today. Alright. This is a Chilean guava. Really attractive bush. And this one is supposed to be evergreen too, although this will be its first winter here, so we'll find out for sure. Can't wait to taste the fruit next year. And that's one thing about starting a perennial garden or a food forest, is that a lot of what you do ends up being next year. So my spouse actually gets pretty tired of me saying, well, next year we'll have good production on that, but that's just how it goes. This one is an Issai Kiwi. We've got some real healthy new growth shooting out of there. The Issai isn't the monster kiwi that knocks down your fence and makes a big old mess. They're much more tame, and they're also self-fertile, which is unusual for kiwis. So they also call it a kiwi berry because the kiwis are quite small. And that's the Issai kiwi, and it is sharing an arbor with a red grape, and They're not ripe yet, but we've been snacking on them. They're still delicious. Hopefully there's some left when they're ripe. And this is a white imperial currant, and it's only been in the garden for maybe a month. This is a black currant variety called either a clove currant. It's also known as a crandall. And it was in pretty bad shock at the nursery, but the plant looked like it was going to snap back, so we went ahead and got it, and it's putting on some new growth real fast. That's looking good. So that's the crandall. And this is a purple grape variety. And if you're curious what the variety name is, just put that in the comments and I'll put it in there. I just haven't made a nameplate for it yet. And this one here is a goji berry. Kind of excited about this one. All the berries are green right now, so I don't know if you'll even be able to see them. Maybe I can get it to focus. There we go. I haven't had any berries off of it yet, so I can't vouch for whether they're good or not. They're supposed to be really good for you, but that's a goji berry. This is a Toro blueberry. Nice great big berries off of that one. Back there is an unnamed blueberry. We planted that before we got serious about doing what we're doing back here, and we didn't pay any attention to what the variety was, so we don't know. And down here is a star blueberry. Poor thing has been cooked. Same with that one back there. They've both been just fried this year. They should recover fine though. And here is a Chandler blueberry. And it's supposed to produce the largest blueberries available. Kind of excited to see what happens next year with that one. Couple raspberries here. This one is an Amity. And next to it is a Heritage cultivar, and boy, you can see a difference in their behavior there, can't you? This one looks like it's going to support itself and be a nice bush, whereas this one looks like it's going to be a sprawled out nightmare. But we'll see what happens. I might end up moving this one so that it's not poking people in this little path here. These are a couple of honeyberries. Beautiful little bushes. I just love how these grow. Just healthy, vibrant, vivid. Haven't tasted the fruit yet, so that'll be next year. That's a Blue Moon variety, honeyberry. And this one is a Blue Pacific variety of a honeyberry. In here, buried under all of the morning glory, is a black currant, and it's actually the reason that the morning glory is planted, and that's because the black currant was being absolutely torched in the sun. I think it was a bit more intense this year than it has been in previous years, and it just couldn't handle it. Lost a lot of its leaves, got crispy. So I planted that. You know, morning glory grows fast, so it put up a sunscreen for it, and it's starting to recover now. And also back in this same little area here are a couple of different varieties of gooseberries. I see them there. And I think they're also appreciating the shade. It's kind of an odd or unusual plant back here that doesn't really fit into any category of fruiting bush or fruiting tree, really, although it does fruit. And I'm not sure what its natural form is, honestly. It's been cut into a standard tree, but it may turn into a bush. I'm not sure. But this is a Szechuan pepper. Pretty interesting. You can cook with the leaves. Very flavorful, very fragrant. And then of course the berries, you can dry them out, put them in a pepper mill, and have fresh Szechuan pepper. Kind of cool. And then the last couple of bushes we have here, there's a champagne currant there, and this one's a red lake currant. And this guy down here is a Spartan blueberry. And that's it for the berries in our food forest. Sunflowers are 12 feet tall now. Actually got out there with a tape measure. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.